When investigating Chris McCandless's life, it is very surprising to see how little he brought into the wild with him. The fact that he was able to survive for as long as he did, with as little as he had, is a major surprise and accomplishment for Chris. The only way that he was able to accomplish this was through lots of hard work and determination. Jim Gallen, the person that dropped Chris off at the Stampede Trail, was surprised at how little Chris had in his backpack. The fact that Chris had so little in his bag was a sign that Chris strongly believed in being a minimalist. This can be seen as a theme in John Krakauer's book, Into the Wild. The theme would be that you do not need stuff to be happy or successful. This theme can be seen right from the start of the book, when Chris is offended by his parents' offer to buy him a new car. Some items that Chris carried that show his minimalistic behavior include rice and his fishing hook and line. The fact that he was only carrying 10 pounds of rice showed that he thought it was unnecessary to carry more than he would need or wanted. Chris's mother has also commented that he wanted to be able to carry all of his belongings on his back at a dead run. Having only 10 pounds of rice ties directly back to the notion that he was a minimalist. When he went into the bush, he also had a fishing line and hook. The reason that he had only the line and the hook is because he saw that having a fishing pole would have been unnecessary. Another reason that he brought fishing supplies was he wanted to live off the land, and he thought it was important to have the right tools to do so. It was very important to Chris that he would be able to have no help from the outside world. That was the reason he had the plant book in his bag. This is the same book that he carried with him from the very beginning of his adventure. In this book, it has a whole list of plants that are safe to eat and how they can be prepared in a safe way. Again, this book relates back to the theme that it is important to have the right tools to live off the land. Chris also carried numerous books that were philosophical. Some of these books include Walden by Thoreau and Family Happiness by Leo Tolstoy, among many others. These books were written by authors that can be regarded as philosophical greats. The fact that Chris brought many philosophical books into the wild shows that he believed that philosophy can help you get through a hard or difficult time. Another item that he brought into the wild was his camera. The fact that he brought a camera shows that he planned on going back to society and sharing his experience with other people. Due to the fact that he did not have a place to get the photos developed, he did not take many photos, but these are some of his photos that he did take. This relates to another theme that is suggested by the use of the camera, that it is important to share experiences with other people. Just by looking through Chris's pack, it can be seen that he had some very different and interesting views on the world. He also was very confident in his abilities. The fact that he brought so little can prove this. It was very unfortunate that Chris died in vain at such a young age, for it would have been very interesting to see what he would have said about his time in the wild and how he could make the world a better place.